do I start? Okay.
We're going out of rotation. Here we go.
Coach, you said it coming into this game. You don't care about how close you guys are. You guys want to win. Kate just kind of echoed those same sentiments. We don't really care about how close we are to winning a championship team. Yeah. We want to win. But you see your team have such fight in this game tonight, and they pretty much do all the things that you said you wanted them to do to start this game. Mm-hmm. From your perspective, I mean, is this one of those games where you're like, it just didn't fall in our favor, or no, there were some things that we have to get right?
No, there's some things we have to get right. But yeah, I do agree with Kate. Like, we don't care, what the score ended up being or whoever. We want to win. And you could see it, you could feel it with our players, and that's what I love about our players. But no, we let them score 46 in the first half. So we had 21. That wasn't part of the game plan. So for us, we had to clean that up. And then obviously we made the adjustment at halftime, and they were, position-wise, body-wise, they were in the right exact spots, but they just weren't there in the first half. And so, to me, I'll never always put it at the end of the game with the one shot. You can never put that much. The possessions in the first and second, to me, were the ones where we slipped. So, yeah, I credit to the girls though they made the adjustments at half. Yeah.
One of those adjustments on Stewie, because she only had the 2 points, it was very similar to the way you guys kind of shut down Aaliyah Boston when you played Indiana in the second half. Yeah. What are you guys kind of doing? What are you looking at halftime when you are making those adjustments, especially to shut down those post players?
Yeah, just being more physical. We just kind of let her walk right into the paint. She just walked right in, literally, like we're just going, what we call with the bull. You just let them go. But no, they were there, made the adjustments at halftime. And then sometimes, you have to see it on film. I'm just going to be honest. Sometimes they felt like they were in help, but they made the adjustment, and they were great. They were great in the second half. We held them to 35. And like you said, held Stewie to 2 in the second half.
Kind of speaking about the adjustments, what went into the decision to start Kate in the second half, and how much do you think that kind of helped her catch fire and towards the end of the fourth quarter?
Yeah, Tip was in the bathroom. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, you always talk about the stars, but it seemed like Kennedy Burke came off the bench and really hurt you guys. And it's hard when she's a big guard, right? But she shoots the 3 this year really, really well. And someone who can really come in and impact the game right now when they're missing Leo, when they're missing Jonquel. Yeah. How did you feel like she impacted the game and changed this for New York and sort of put it in their favor?
Yeah, she made shots. She made shots, but I think really what hurt us with her was just her offensive rebounding. She had 4. That's not part of the game plan, But if, we're going to try to shut down other people and she's going to shoot some certain shots, she made them. So, credit to her. Great job on her end, but we can't give her 4 offensive boards. Yeah.
Natalie, Sabrina never found a rhythm with her shot. What were your gals doing to just kind of make those shots difficult for her all night? And I'm sure that was something you were hoping for.
Yeah, KT, we had multiple people. KT matched up with her, Tip matched up with her, Kate took her a couple times. So just, having multiple matchups, being physical, not letting her get into rhythm. Like I said, she's an elite scorer. So people, who could score at all 3 levels, especially from deep, you want to make sure you keep her out of rhythm as best as we can. Yeah.
Coach, that was a pretty edgy, aggressive, offensive game from Kate. Does that fit the mindset and approach you want to see from her?
Of course. Yeah, of course. We want her to stay aggressive. And, just, again, credit just, to her. And, again, my staff. I have an amazing staff that just dedicates so much time that you guys will never see, like I said. And then just credit just to Kate, believe in herself, and her teammates believe in herself. You saw KT one time, boom, find her, on that specific play. So just, again, what I'm so proud about with this team is that they continue to fight together. They don't split. They don't separate. And that, to me, is what I was proud of for all of them tonight. Yeah.
Coach, when it comes to Tip, she played well. We didn't get to talk to her. So I just want to know, from your perspective, to have her play as well as she did. She was aggressive on both ends of the floor, offensive and defensively. I mean, sometimes you had to tell her to calm down because she was trying to defend so fiercely. I just want to know, from your perspective, how do you kind of grade the way she played tonight?
Grade it?
Well, grade it, coach it. What do you think about her performance tonight?
A+. Tip gets an A+. I've never had a broken nose, and so to play with something that has not, completely healed, Like I told Tip from the jump, she's fearless. Tip is fearless, and you saw that. She's not afraid to go in there, dive on the ground, get the rebounds, crash with the bigs, sacrifice her body. I mean, I don't know how many charges we took. We really try to throw our body in there, but when we need a bucket, we know to go to Tip. So yeah, A+. Yeah.
How have you seen Kate grow from last year to this year? Obviously, just kind of getting to see her journey. And tonight it was at 3-pointers, but she's cut to the basket a lot more this year. Her defense has gotten better since last year. Like, how would you kind of evaluate the way it's gone after seeing her start last year to this year?
Just all her hard work in the off season, it is now just kind of coming to life. She set a time of training, both physically. She had a trainer who did not only her basketball skills, but physical skills. So she was in the weight room. She was doing agility. She was always asking me, what should I work on? And so again, just credit to her for just sacrificing her whole off season. And now you guys are seeing the results of everything that she did in the off season. Yeah.
Hi, Natalie. Hi. I know in the past you talked about how rebounding is an effort thing.
Yeah.
But is there like a schematic element to because there's adjustments you made in the second half? Is there also sort of schematic thing you guys are doing to?
No, it's just effort. Yeah, and that's why we try to really push in terms of maximum effort every minute, every possession. Like I said, we didn't start off the way we would like to. We knew it. We saw the stats at half. They had more offensive rebounds than we did, so that was a problem. Like I said, we made adjustments, and they had a great second half. Yeah.
Talked yesterday about just throwing guards off rhythm, especially players like Sabrina and Natasha. They went 2 for 19 tonight. What was something that you did to just kind of throw them off rhythm early?
Yeah, so that just kind of means speed them up, right? So if you want to get into their body, force them in the direction that they don't want to go to, or even if they're just coming off pin downs, like just be physical. Like who wants to be physically hit before a shot? So yeah, it's just again credit to all of our matchups that we had, whether it was on whether it was on Sabrina or you said Cloud. Yeah, just again credit to our matchups and also our communication piece. They're just screening and screening and screening, but I thought we did a great job communicating. Yeah.
Natalie, what does it mean to see Pods here, game after game, whatever uniform he's wearing, dancing down the sideline?
Yeah.
He's really taken to your team, and I'm sure that means a lot to you and the ladies, but also just to the league to have an NBA player who's that front and center night after night sitting next to the owner.
Yeah, just really appreciative. I met him when I was able to shadow Steve in the off season, for my off season, and so he came right up to me, hey coach, I'm excited for you guys, and introduced himself right away, and so I was just like, wow, you're sacrificing all your time in the off season. Granted we share the same arena, but no, we're just happy and obviously excited. Like if he's going to show up every day, then we're going to show up and we're going to play for him too. Yeah. Thanks you guys, appreciate it.